Hey Gems, how you doing? This is Fee, DIYMoon Shop. Long time no chat. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do a quick little update, seeing if things have changed. Things kind of changed since my last hectic WIP and chat. So yeah, but we'll go through some of those things. I am working on the Valentines diamond painting from DIYMoon Shop that they gifted me, which I have been slowly working my way through, and I've been doing one colour at a time, with the exception that I just felt like doing some colour blocking. So yep, been working just one colour at a time, as a 30 by 40, 30 by 43. It's easy. It's a simple process, especially when you've got the clear cover. So I am working on the P's, which is 3778. So yep, and I'll say it's around. Okay, so slowly work my way with this one. The way I work when I'm doing colour by colour, I'll work from middle up and then I'll work from there down while I work my way through that one colour. Okay, so how you guys been? I had a few things happen. As always, life's never boring. There's always something happening that throws curveballs. Few things. One of the things that has happened is ended up at the dentist. Ended up at a second time because he didn't fix it the first time. And I'm booked in for more dental work. Thankfully, because of the way private health is around here, or the fact that I pay what they call top corporate. So I think out of my dentist bills, I only pay 10%. So my last visit going to cost me like $13, something like that. My next visit, the dental work that I've got planned, because need quite a bit of work done. And sorry, this is an ugly conversation in a way, if you don't like dentists. But I've got 2 sittings, and it's going to cost $1,700, and it's only going to cost me actually $150. So in two sittings, but that's a fair amount of dental work getting done. One of the things that I need to get done is I have a missing tooth, which absolutely embarrasses the hell out of me. When I do my recordings and you see my face, one of the things all but glaringly obvious that I look at is the missing tooth. Whether other people notice it or not, but I notice it, so it's something that I always look at. We always do that, don't we? When we look at a picture, or even the mirror, but in a picture we look at ourselves and go, oh, that's, you can be in a picture with a group of people, and the person that you look at is yourself first to see how you look, and then you're critical of what you don't like about yourself. And then you look around and everybody else looks fantastic, and all you can see is that thing that you don't like about yourself. Anyway, on that, talked about getting that tooth fixed, and 3 options. One was a plate, which I don't like the idea of a plate. The next is a bridge, and then the next is an implant, and the bridge can actually damage the tooth next to it or make it weaker, and I don't want to do that. So the next one is an implant, and the dentist, he doesn't do the work. The dentist doesn't do implant, so it's not like he's pushing for one way or the other. Well, no, he can do bridge work. But he turned around and said it's about a $6,000 exercise to do an implant of one tooth. So guess who has to save up? Because my private health, even though it is so fantastic, is only going to cover 2,500 of that. Yep. Okay, so that's that side of it. Next, just over a week ago, I hurt my back. I don't know how, what I did, because I can tell you one thing, I am well practiced at sitting in this chair, diamond painting or doing resin work, but I ended up one day with a back so sore, even, like I still went to work, didn't stop me going for work, but I just couldn't sit. So at work I was standing most of the time, and then if I actually did eventually sit, when I got up, oh, my back hurt so much more than when I'd sat down. So yeah, I had to deal with a backache, which then meant that I wasn't able to sit and diamond paint, wasn't able to sit and do resin or any of that. So I've spent a bit of time on the couch. I've dropped a drill in the wrong spot. Where'd that go? So I spent a bit of time on the couch when I haven't been at work, because I can lie down. I just couldn't sit. Back still sore now, but it's the desire to diamond paint is really there. Okay. Just looking for more peas. Okay, roll this up and look for peas at the same time. So yeah, if you can imagine doing you're going to work for 12.5 hours, and basically you're standing for 10 of those hours at least, because you get breaks. So those breaks I was actually going and lying down on a couch. But yeah, standing for about 10 hours, and then on night shift that's a lot harder to do. But got there and did it. So that's all good for, if standing up relieved it, lying down relieved it, sitting down aggravated it. Excuse me. So there's another thing. What else has happened? Well, I have been on antidepressants, different varying levels, for the last 1.5 years, which is normal for me and my illness. I go on them, and normally I'm on them for about 3 months, and I come off them because I don't need them anymore. It's just a little balancing act that is played with bipolar for me, knowing when I need to just have a little bit extra help. So yeah, I finally came off them after 1.5 years. So my first 2 days off them, well, even my first day, it's like my first day of night, like I take them at night time, but the first day after that I lost a lot of fuzziness. So I felt a lot, oh my goodness, I felt a lot better. I wasn't feeling tired. So when I get depressed, normally I end up really tired, just want to sleep. But then I ended up in a situation where the tablets were actually making me tired, which is, when they're making me tired, it's definitely time to come off. I don't need them anymore. It's a stupid line to balance. Stupid line to balance, but yeah. So I came off antidepressants 4 days ago, which is a good thing, a really good thing. I feel a lot better for it. I noticed morning coffee, sorry guys. One of the things I used to do when I was at work, on my breaks, I would go find a couch, lie down, and I'd be asleep within minutes. So this time, you know, I've been at work, haven't taken, you know, without needing the tablets. I've been at work, and on my breaks I've gone to lie down because my back's hurt, thinking, yeah, I'll probably go to sleep at the same time. And I've been awake the whole time. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not needing to sleep, but I need to lie down. So yeah. So yeah, that's a really, 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 really good thing that's happened. To be able to come off antidepressants is always fantastic. Okay, let's work the other way around. Okay, where have we got some peas? Actually, there we go. I'm using my simple baggie solution. When I kit it up, I just kit it up in baggies. When I kitted this up, I just wasn't in the mood to kit up fancy or anything like that. And because it's a small project, I only kitted up small. I kitted it up as a small project with just baggies because, you know, I'm working one by one. Yeah, so that's happened. Next lot of things that's happened is we have started planning our trip. So Nathan and I and friends, friends, which is a couple and their daughter, we're off on a camping trip for about 4 weeks, maybe just over 4 weeks, at the end of June. So we're going up to Kimberley and Pilbara, and if anybody's watched that lovely movie called Wolf Creek Crater, we're going to go to Wolf Creek Crater. Yeah, so we're in the planning stages of that. There's a link down below. If you've seen my holiday webpage, there's a webpage that I've got, FionaD.com. The tab that says Kimberley Pilbara, and I will actually put that tab down below. Kimberley Pilbara, that's the start of the planning of our trip. Our first night was an interesting night. Oh my gosh, our first night was interesting. So that's what a lot of what I'm doing at the moment is a lot of research online. Like, there's not that much to do, but I shouldn't say not much to do. Our first planning session was we've established who's taking what, preferences to things. So we're taking just the one shower which is attached to our vehicle. Our mate's vehicle doesn't have the shower attached. His is portable. So we're taking the shower, but there was a little comment on toilets. So we take a porta potty every time we go camping, and even if we're going to areas where there are toilets, because of me. Nathan and I, no matter where we go, others might not take their porta potties, but we take ours because of me and this thing about toilets. And yeah, I am not comfortable on any other toilet but our own. So by the time we get home from short camping trips, I tend to have a sore stomach if we don't take the porta potty, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, sorry, another yucky conversation. So we established that we will be taking our own porta potties each. So that's, there's things where it's like, have to have our own of this, have to have our own of that, but we're going as a group, so we're sharing, so we want to take as least, we don't want to double up on too much, and where we can fit room for other stuff, because we're going to be gone for so long. On the search for the peas, I think that's it for that height. Let's bring this down. There's peas there. So we established who's taking what, how much we're going to put in the kitty that goes towards food each. So we're putting a certain amount of cash each into the kitty, and that's to cover our food for the time away. I reckon we're going to need to put more in the kitty than that, but I'll have backup stashes anyway. Okay. And then after that, we got out the maps. So if you actually go to the website, you will see a picture of 3 of us over these maps. And it took us a few hours. We had a barbecue. It was set up. We went there for a barbecue and just spent a few hours working our way through planning stuff. Yeah, quite a few hours doing that. And after we came away from that, we had, yeah, the planner came out for me. Hang on. Just trying to show you. After, so the planning side of things is down here. After 3 hours, we had day 1 planned, day 2 planned, day 3 planned. And then day 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 planned, right? So 8 days planned. And I'm looking at the map going, okay, guys, you're planning, it's going to take you so long to cover this amount of ground and this amount of ground. Yep, okay. But I'm looking at the map going, we are heading for track that is 4-wheel drive only and have to be well equipped for, because you can't get a tow truck there. Something happens out there. It is a case of you need emergency. Something happens out there and you're stuck. Basically, you can die if you don't get emergency help. You run out of water, your vehicle stops and you run out of water and you're out there for so many days. You've run out of water. Someone doesn't find you in time. You're gone. People die in the outback. We all know that. People die in the desert. We all know that. But yeah, that's what it's like. You break down out there, and if there's nobody around, you're screwed is the word for it. So yeah, this track, they're saying, it'll take us a day to come from well 25 to well, I think it was well 32. Well 25 to well 45, it's going to take us 10 hours. And I'm like looking at this going, if this is a 4-wheel drive track that is supposed to be as bad as they say, there is no way. But I was not prepared to have that argument, because we'd already had a different kind of argument that night in relation to what we were taking. But there's no way were we going to cover that ground in that time. So on night shift, when it was, actually no, I was on day shift. It was really quiet at work. So I've gone looking to find out, I've searched for the distances to travel this section of track, come up with one site that says it'll take you 40 minutes to get from well 23 to, no, what was the first well was well 25 to well 26. It's going to take you 40 minutes. Well 26 to well 27, 30 minutes. Well 37 to well 38, I think it worked out at about 90 minutes. So I've got it worked out that we were going to go from well 25 to well 45. The guys were going, it's going to take us 10 hours. I've gone and worked through this map and gone, it's going to take us 18 hours to do that, which means 18 hours without stopping, without toilet breaks, without eating, stopping to have something to eat, no stopping to go to the toilet, no stopping to get something to drink, no stopping to actually have a look around and look at the amazing sights that are out there. And it's just a straight through run, and it's just going to be bumpy and horrible up most of the way. These roads at this track is not graded. Okay, so there's another thing. So I've come home with this printout and said to Nathan, we're not going to do that in that amount of time. And so I gave it to him, and I gave him the website, and he spoke to his mate. Now his mate currently is away fishing, so his mate's not anywhere where he can do any of that research himself. But yeah, I gave Nathan all the details, and Nathan's like, oh, well, back to the drawing plan. Going to have to shorten, make, instead of 8 days to get to a certain point, which is like we planned, it's going to be 8 days to get to not this point, but to get to this point. I shouldn't be laughing, but oh my gosh, it was just, Nathan going, well, if we're doing that, it's going to take us longer to get to here, and we're going to miss this section because, like everything is timed on. We need to get to this point by this time, just to get to do the full time, to use up all of our time. And one of the things we want to do on our trip, Nathan's like, we're not going to get there. It's going to take us too long. But it's like, oh well, we can do that, or we can just work things around and change. It's a way you do when you plan. You've got to work your timing out. So, he let his mate know, and that'll be a discussion when they come home, when he comes home from fishing. He's gone for like 10 days, something like that. So, yep, no worries. I've turned around next shift. Went back on more research, going, rightio, because we're going through Indigenous communities. There's permits. You need to be able to travel certain sections of these communities. To be able to travel certain sections of these tracks, you need to actually pay a permit fee just to go drive on that track. So I went looking to find out what permits we need, and everywhere I looked, permits are closed. You are unable to get permits because the Indigenous communities are so remote. And with COVID, so we've got no COVID cases here at the moment, but with COVID, to protect those communities, the government has shut them down, as in, if you're actually part of the community, you could go in and out, but no travellers can go through just in case you actually have it. So you can't go through and affect a community and accidentally wipe out a community because you have an illness that you didn't know you had. That is so, we can't. You can't get permits to go through, and so we won't be doing that section of the track. However, Nathan hasn't let his mate know that one. He's just like going, oh, we'll wait till he gets back, and then we can have another discussion, because Nathan's probably going to tell him, we can't get permits to go through. We need to rework where we're going. Yay! So there goes a couple of hours planning session down the tube. Hang on, gotta move. Back's not fully there. Yeah, so we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Yep. So yeah, that's what's going to be doing a lot very soon. We're going to be doing a lot of planning to get things going. As we go, I've got the website that I will be updating with our planning stages. I do have also so you've got the planning stages, so you actually see them, and then once we're travelling, I'll be adding pages to say, this is day 1, day 2, this is what we've seen, this is how we've gone. If you actually look around that web page, if you're interested, you will see that all of my travels that I've done since, one was a backdated travel, which I haven't updated, which was a cruise that I did. But it has our trip to South Africa. It has my trip to Egypt, which was on a day-by-day basis, and that kept our families up to date with where we were. So our friends and family can track where we were. So this time, I'll be doing the same thing for this trip. And when, although we're in such a remote area, when we eventually get to areas where I can upload, I'll get things uploaded and share it with friends and family. We do have a little tracker where you can actually track us by GPS, so you can see where we are. Once we've got that all set up, I'll be putting the link into that, so that if anybody wants to track us where we're going, that's going to be there. So, it's another thing for friends and family to know we are safe, especially going where we are. We are not taking satellite phones, we're not taking them out with us. We don't, I've turned around, because we'll be travelling with personal EPIRBs and also with the Spot 3. We won't have the EPIRB. I think the other crew will have the EPIRB. We've got the Spot 3, which if we press a button, we can actually send for help. It will actually send a notification to our family of our location. If we are in major trouble, i.e. snake bite or something like that, there's another button that will actually call emergency services, and depending on the location, it's helicopters come and find you. Yeah. But it's better to do that than end up having search and rescue try and find you, because they don't know where you are. So this will track us where we are. Our family will know where we are. The Spot 3 will actually track it for family, where we are live, running time at every moment. However, the website will just more be an update of what we've done and commentary on what we've seen and done, and sharing pictures. Okay, let's look for more peas over here. So yeah, that's the website's going along. There is a membership side of things. It doesn't cost to become a member. However, if you are a member, what you will see is the back end of the planning. So where I'm gathering information from websites and pictures from websites to say, these are things that you can do along the way, and this is what you're going to see. So that then you can work out whether you want to, how long we're going to need. So like there's Beringarra National Park. I think that's how it's pronounced. Forgive me if I got it wrong. There's discussion about how long we'll spend there. Now in our planning, we actually have that in our planning for 3 nights. So, which looks about right. However, there's 2 sections of this national park. So you've got a northern end and a southern end. I've managed to find out that one end has this end where they split the camp in 2, where you can have generators and non-generators, so that you have one area that is quiet, one area where you have noise. The other section, there's a split up between 3, which is one is quiet, one is generators, and one is tour groups. Set camping areas for each. And also that camping is also closest to where the helicopters are to take off and land to take you sightseeing. So that camp is actually where you get a lot more noise. So, it's all this research in the background. Now, the reason why I'm doing that, setting that up, is so that us setting it up, like say Nathan and our friends, when we go our next planning session, that information is there. instead of having to write notes, I've got it in a web page, and we can just look at that while we're planning, going, yep, okay, so we want to go here, 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 and be a bit more proactive on what we're going to see, and knowing there's this section here that is really worth seeing, and this section isn't worth seeing, so we can turn around and go, well, we don't have enough time. We want to go and see what really is really spectacular to see. Even this national park, there, you get some amazing sunsets. But at this national park, it's saying you get 2 different types of sunsets depending on whether you're in the north or the south end. So, what might do is, if we're staying there 3 nights, one night we can go to the northern section to sit to that, look out for that sunset, and then we can go to southern the next night. So just to be able to do that, to know that instead of just being on one section for a sunset, watching the sunset every night on the one section, we can actually go to the other side and get a totally different type of sunset. Obviously, you do, but it's just things you wouldn't think of. Okay, just hang on, more peas. So yeah, so if you become a member, I can put you go in and you can get to the planning. So the places that we plan to go to, or that we're thinking about going to, and what we're likely to see, and what other people have come across. So that's I've been doing that research at work when it's quiet, because I can update that web page. But if you're interested, there is that ability. I will state that the images and the wording 100% not mine, which is why I haven't made it general public. You have to be a member to see it. You have to be a member to be able to see that that part of the trip, the planning stages, or the actual research side. But yeah, so that's just a little bit of help for us as a group to find, but also if you're interested, it's when I actually work with the website and publish the actual trip while we're away, it's not going to be, I'm not going to be able to update it every day. It will just be updated when I can get to websites, when I can get to internet. There's not that. Our internet we don't have that good at internet. As you travel, some major dead spots. I'd say for the first 2 weeks we probably won't have internet, but I will be documenting everything and saving it and typing up at the end of every night onto the document so that I can update it as soon as I can. So okay, I think that's all the peas in that area. One of the things when I'm working like this, I will actually run down my straightener. Okay, and you're probably hearing the noise of my washing machine. I hope you're not, but you probably can. Hang on, I've got the door open. So there's a lot of time being taken with getting that planning done for our trip. Oh, there we go, another stretch needed. Now, what else is going on? It was like with Nathan turning around and saying, we can't go. So it's this Canning Stock route is where we're going to go on. So the Canning Stock route. But all passes, you can't purchase a pass to travel past or through those communities. So we are going to have to rework how we go. It's for a section that well, the initial plan was it was going to take 2 days to get through one section, or 3 days to get through one section, which in my calculation was going to take anywhere to 5 to 6 days to get through. So we actually have to go by bitumen road now. So yeah, we have to rejig our plans, which, you know, no biggie. Part of the joy of planning. Okay, I just bring that. There we go. Okay, so what else going on? So, lack of recordings. I have done some recordings where I have I've got one resin piece that I finished doing, but I've finished pouring and it's set, but I haven't taken it out of the mold, and I worked on that more than a week ago. I did the work on that without voice, so it's one that I'm going to have to do a voice over. At the moment, right now, Nathan is fishing and Dion is at work. So this is actually being done, it's now 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. So my opportunity to actually record is semi-difficult because my son is doing his uni. He's nearly finished his work doing his uni degree, so you know it's a good thing. But he's now using my desk where I used to work, which is only just out there. So if he actually is swearing so while he's studying, me doing recordings or voiceovers actually distracts him from what he's doing. And yeah, I tell you what, for what he's doing, oh my goodness, I look at what he's doing and go, well, wow, you know, it's something that I would have loved to have learnt, but my gosh, it takes a lot of hours. He is coding, and it's for financial coding. Yeah, huge job that he's doing. It's amazing at the moment. So yeah, I don't want to distract him, but in the other part, I don't want him having to talking and doing assignments online with other people of his group, where you actually hearing him talking, which I've had a couple of times in here. So I'm trying to actually, I keep trying to find times where I can do stuff, where I can actually do voiceover at the same time as working, or actually doing a voiceover. And it's just, I suppose I'm enjoying a break from YouTube where I'm just not pushing myself to actually go, I've got to get this done, I've got to get this done. And I want to get things done. But I've got at least, oops, nearly dropped a pen. I've got a heap of stuff to release. I've had 2 Smart Ass and Sass boxes, right, that have arrived. So I've got January box, February box has arrived. One of those, the voiceover, I have to do a voiceover for. The other one, you know, I recorded it without any problem. You know, nobody was at home. But I won't show you the February box until I show the January box. So, you know, diamond painting wise, I still haven't done the Cairo review, although I have filmed it. You know, it's just the little things that I have to do. I have to produce certain videos for the next lot of videos that I've already recorded to come out. Yeah, the B box, I've unboxed the B box for Sophie and Toffee, and I've actually worked on the bee box, but I haven't released that. I'm still, well, that's one of the pieces that I haven't demolded. Okay, let's go for the peas on this side. Yeah, so I haven't unmolded one of those pieces. It's just the way things go. But I tell you what, when I actually managed to work my way around and get things done, get the videos out, it's going to be a case of I will have to schedule them out, because I'll have a lot to come out, but I'll have to schedule them out over a period of time, because just there's so many sitting in the background. Also, I'm using the first software program, if anybody's, I think there's quite a few people use Cyberlink. My Cyberlink has slowed down to the degree where it keeps crashing. So there's another reason why trying to record voiceovers, I'm struggling with. I will get there, and I'm so sorry, Gems. I will get there. I am working on things, but I will say I've just come. So normally I say where I'm at with my shifts. One of the things I do. So I've just had. I can't even remember what shifts I've done. Hang on, because I think I did. Get my calendar up. Whoops, calendar up. So last week I did Monday, Tuesday day shift, Wednesday, Thursday night shift. I've had to do an extra day shift. Somebody needed a shift swap. So they're doing a day shift, and I'll get a night shift off later on. And then today's Sunday, but tomorrow I've got a team day, and then I've got a day off, and then I'm on 2 days, 3 nights. So this has been, things have been happening where right now I'm doing this while the washing machine's running, which has just stopped. I've got to try and get things done so that I'm ready for work again tomorrow. It's just, whereas normally my days off, I should have had this period of time as 5 days off. But instead of 5 days off, I'd have 1 day off, which is recovery from night shift. Then I've worked a day. My third day is today. I'm actually managing to do a recording. Then tomorrow I'll be back doing it with a team day, so I'll be at work again for the full day, which is actually followed with a dinner. And then I'll have 1 day, and then we're back at work again. It's just, I don't, so, just the way things have been going between work, between my health, and with Nathan and Dion at home. Oh my gosh, trying to find time to, I can record a lot of stuff, but I can't do a lot of voice recording when it comes to family at home. Where's any more peas? There's got to be more peas. Has to be more peas. Come on. So just getting things right, because Nathan now... So when I first started doing YouTube, Nathan was working so many hours, but he was also working just about every weekend. They have now changed things where he only works 1 weekend out of every third weekend he works. So he's been at home. I think I've mentioned it where, he'll be doing stuff when I'm at home and I can't record. I think if you recall one of my videos one of my vlogs where I'm sitting there at the table having a coffee while he is working with some machinery, and it's like, he brought a boat, which is why he's fishing now. Last weekend he went fishing. So he now has something that will take him away from the house on weekends, 1 day a week. He goes fishing on Sundays. If he gets the opportunity, he will be fishing on Sundays. So I've got that to look forward to, that I'll be able to count on some Sundays where he won't be home and Dion will be at work. Yay! I think that's the peas. Okay, that's the peas. So yeah, I just update on life and what's going on. There we go. I've scrunched over too far. Stretch the back. So yeah, I have a lot of videos I need to produce, and and I'm just procrastinating on getting them done. And I just need to actually bite the bullet and go, right, let's just do this. Okay, there's the peas. I'll go on to another colour shortly. She's slowly coming along. Can't see it with the colour lights underneath, but you can. So I've used the special drills there. I do have some special drills around here. Got to work out where to put the hearts, and I'm thinking I might put a heart here, and I've got to work out where's the right spot on the teddy to put his heart. So I think here is probably about the right spot, or else I take those off and I give him a heart nose. Probably a heart nose would be better. Okay, so there we go. That's where we're at there. So Kingdom of Hearts box. So Sophie and Toffee's Kingdom of Hearts box. We'll give you a quick little sneak peek here of the book. You can, so just as an idea, you can make a phone cover out of these, but the box after it is the one that I'm excited about, the Little Mermaid. So yeah, they are gorgeous. I do love them. Do love their boxes. So yeah, I will leave that there. I'm going to go and continue finishing my housework and get my back straightened out again. There will be videos, guys. I will say this. I have videos there to actually get done, but I just can't. Although I will say, and I come off those antidepressants, and it's like, okay, now I've got energy again. Now I'm awake again. So, you know, I haven't been off them for long, so I will be making time to edit videos and get them up for you. WIP and chats, there is no break in time. It's just put it up and share it. It's a very easy process, or a simple process. So that's where this WIP and chat, I will start rendering it once I hang out the next lot of washing. I'll do a little bit more housework. I'll start rendering this, and then I should have it uploaded for you tonight. So yeah, gems, on that note, I will say thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with me. I will be back soonish. But yeah, so yeah, comment, like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. It's a WIP and chat. So I will talk to you later. Bye.